Another graphic design tutorial designed to make you a better graphic designer. My name is John Romeo and I am a graphic designer extraordinaire with nearly 25 years of graphic design experience. And today we were going to do a tutorial on how to design a Christmas card using Adobe Illustrator. So this is an exercise that, well, this is actually some Christmas cards, some real live actual Christmas cards that I designed myself, and we're going to be printing at the printer's printer, which is my 9-to-5 job. And so I wanted to take one of the designs that I've done and show you how it's put together. So let's get started. So we're going to go into Adobe Illustrator, and first off we're going to determine our size. Now these Christmas cards are going to be let's see, they're going to be 7 inches wide by 10 inches in height, and that's the flat size, that's not folded. So the finished size folded would be 7 inches by 5 inches. So what we do is we always design in the flat mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new document, Command N for new, and I'm going to set my parameters at 7 inches for width and 10 inches for height. And we're going to have an 1/8 of an inch bleed on all around, because when these are printed, the images, they're going to be bleeding over the edges. And so we have bleeds because when they're printed at the printer and then they're cut down, there's no white showing, and white's very tacky and it just doesn't look good. So that's why we have bleeds. Okay, so I'm going to open up. Okay, so you see I have 2 artboards here, one for the front and one for the back. And now I'm going to determine my horizontal center. So what I do is I'm going to create some guidelines to put in the midway point of the document. So I'm going to bring up my rulers, which is Command R. Right, and then I'm going to reach up here. I'm going to grab a guideline down. So what's half of 10, right? 5 inches. So I'm going to bring this down to 5 inches so we have a guideline right dead in the center. All right, so every good Christmas card deserves a really good winter scene. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my photograph. And so I'm going to go to File, Place, or Command-Shift-P if you like. And so I've got an image around here somewhere. So let's look for it. Christmas cards. Okay, there we are. My original photos. Okay. All right, so let's pick the lighthouse. We're going to choose the lighthouse photo, and then Illustrator places my file. And then once that comes in, I'm going to click embed, so I'm going to embed it. All right, so this is a painting that my wife and I did a few years back. We did it together. This is a painting of Nantucket Lighthouse at Christmas time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock it on its side. And I mean, you can use your rotate tool. You can use whatever you like. And where are my tools at? That's funny. Where the heck are my tools? Tools. Oh, they're there. I was getting a little worried there. All right, so I'm just going to use my rotate tool. I'm going to rotate it -90. Yeah. You know what I'll do? I'll just rotate it. So I can hold my shift key. And I can just rotate this. And I always save it. So I'm going to save this as, I'm going to call it Lighthouse Christmas Card Exercise. Call it Lighthouse Christmas Card. AI for Adobe Illustrator. And then we have a saved document. Now, so I'm going to go back to my original one just to check the reference. Sometimes I forget how my own designs go. All right, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to shrink it down. And I'm just going to scale. I'm going to hold Shift and select the bottom corner node to constrain it. And then I'm just going to go up. Okay. And now I'm going to go back in. And I'm just going to push this up because you want to have the author in there. Okay. So it looks like the top of this lighthouse is cut off at the fold line. That's not a big deal. I mean, we can just squish it a little bit so it doesn't look too cramped. Okay. And then I have all this excess going into which is actually going to be the back of the card. So we don't want that. So what I usually like to use is a clipping mask. And I take my clipping and I just simply take a rectangle and my rectangle tool. And what I do is I create a box that covers the bottom half, and it includes the bleed area because you want the bleed area. So you just want to line that up just like I'm doing now. Okay, and then we're going to mask this. So I'm just going to select both items. I already have my mask box selected, and now I'm going to select the image of the painting. And all I do is hit Command 7, and that masks the top off. So you have a front of your card. Okay. All right, and now up here is going to be the back of the card. So, I mean, you can leave this blank, or you can bring in, my wife and I, we have the graphic design enterprise, and we also have the travel agency. You can put one of, like a company logo or something to identify you as the creator of the work. So I'm going to throw our Romeo Destinations logo in there. So I'm going to go to File, Place, and I'm going to search for my Romeo Destination logo. Okay. Logos, promotion. Just need a logo. Just need a logo. So where is Romeo Destinations logo? Okay. There you go. Romeo Destinations official logo. So we're just going to bring that in. Embed that. I'm going to make it real small just to put on the back. And I'm just going to and what I can do is, like, if you don't want to use the rotate tool, you can just simply right click and go to transform and go to rotate, and then it'll bring up and it'll give you your rotate coordinates. So you just rotate it 180 degrees to flip it over, and then put that up towards the top here. So when it's actually printed, this will be at the bottom, and this will be on the backhand side. All right, so save. Always remember to save early and save often. All right, so now we're going to have a Christmas message, a Christmas well wish. So what basically I'm just going to do is going to create something nice and sentimental, something warm, something holiday-ish. So just going to use my type tool, and I prefer like the freestanding type. I don't really like to use text boxes in Illustrator unless I'm working in Adobe InDesign. But this is not an InDesign tutorial, this is Illustrator, so more on that later. That's for a different tutorial, different place. So I'm just going to type in something sentimental. It's like, wishing you and yours a happy and prosperous season. Okay, and then I'm just going to center this. I'm going to actually align center for the text here, and this is kind of that's kind of nice. I think we'll kind of keep it. That's actually that's 31 points. Let's just take this down a little bit to maybe 30 points. There we go. And then we'll create like a serif font to have it in a sentimental tone. So let's go with Minion. There you go, just Minion Pro Italic. And then to create more text, you don't need to use the type tool again. You can always just do cut and paste, or copy and paste. Command C and then Command V. This brings up a whole another line of text, so you can basically highlight and then just type new text over. So I'm going to put this from Wendy, John, Misty, let's see, Buddy, Rocky, and Bell. Okay, and then we'll make this smaller. So we'll make this down to about we'll take about 20 points. And then we'll put a nice big happy holidays. So once again, Command C, Command V to copy paste it. So you don't need to use the type tool again unless you really, really want to. I don't see the need. So, and then we're going to have a nice happy holidays, exclamation point. And then we're going to use like a really, really holiday font. So Dexter's Silent is a really great font to use. Look at that, isn't that nice? Oh, wow, look at that. Isn't that nice? Okay, and so what you want to do is you want to make this aesthetically appealing. So you just want to just spread this out to fill the space. You don't want to have everything clumped up. So I'm going to find the center. So this is 7 points. Half of 7 is 3.5. So no, I'm sorry. It's about 3 3/4. So I'm then just going to line everything along this guideline. And I go to my align center. There you go. All right. And save. All right, now I'm going to put some photos. I'm going to put some photos here to fill this space. I created a little collage of myself, my wife, and our pets. Those are our family, our 4-legged children. So I am going to open up a document. I believe it's called 5 Photos, and I'm just going to cut and paste these photos that I created. I'm going to select, copy, and I'm going to paste that in, and then I'm just going to flip these over so they're facing me so you can see them. Transform, rotate 180 degrees. And then I'm just going to center that. And that's basically it. There you go. We have ourselves a nice Christmas card. Okay, so I want to let you see the finished product up close and personal. So I'm going to save. Once again, always save. And actually, this is actually looks like it's not fully centered. So we're just going to center this. We're just going to center this up by eye. So there we go. That's good. Command save. And we can make the Romeo destination logo just a tad bit bigger. And we use use the guideline method again. And then just center that there. Very good. All right, and save. And then we're going to export this as a PDF because this is what printers actually print. So I'm going to command, and format is going to be Adobe PDF. Click save. Now this is very critical. You want to have your trim marks and you want to have your bleeds. So document bleed settings always have 1/8 of an inch bleed. So 1/8 converted to decimal is 0.125. And then you just hit your tab button and it automatically populates the bleeds for the other sides. Save as a PDF. Right, and when I just quit out of that, I'm going to quit out of this. And then, so let me go back to training. Find business Christmas card exercise. There we go. All right. Well, and there you have it. There's the front of the Christmas card. That shows our lighthouse painting that Wendy and I painted several years ago. And here's the inside of the card. This is when you open the card up. You're going to see our photos and then our warm holiday message. So wishing you and yours a happy and prosperous season. Happy holidays from John, Wendy, Misty, Rocky, Buddy, and Bill. Okay, and that concludes our little tutorial on how to make a Christmas card. So I hope that you learned something from this, and I'm going to get this up very shortly. And like I said, I hope you learned a lot, and thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night.